قرآن مجید کو سمجھ کے نہیں پڑھتے. اسی میں کوئی بھی آدمی اپنے آپ کو عالم بول کے آپ کو گھومنے لے کے جاتا ہے. کوئی بھی کچھ بھی کیا فتویٰ دے دیا مان لیے.
جھگڑا کرتے کرتے ان کے سامنے ایک صاحب بیٹھا تھا, وہ پان چبا رہا تھا. تو شمسی صاحب ان کو کہتے ہیں بھائی اجتماعی عمل ہے, آپ پان چبا رہے ہیں. تو آگے سے کہنے لگا ہم فان کیوں نہیں چبائے گا, اللہ پاک بھی قرآن میں ذکر کر رہا ہے کل من علیہ فان.
بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم والصلاة والسلام علی رسولہ الکریم وعلی آلہ وصحبہ اجمعین, اما بعد. میرے محترم بھائیو بہنوں اور دوستو, جنید جمشید کا ایک کلپ مجھے ملا ہے, میں نے سنا ہے, مجھے بہت افسوس ہوا, بہت رنج ہوا, بہت غم ہوا, اور ہر مسلمان کو ہونا ہی چاہیے. اس نے بہت بڑی خطا کی ہے, بہت بڑی غلطی کی ہے, اور اپنی کم علمی کی وجہ سے ہے, جہالت نادانی کی وجہ سے ہے. میرے بھائی اور دوستو, اس کو تبلیغی جماعت سے منسوب نہ کیا جائے, میری ذات سے منسوب نہ کیا جائے. بطور انسان ہونے کے تو مجھ سے بھی خطا ہو سکتی ہے, کوئی لفظ اوپر نیچے بولا جا سکتا ہے, لیکن حاشا وکلا, حاشا وکلا, حاشا وکلا, نہ ہم اہل بیت کی شان میں گستاخی کا تصور کر سکتے ہیں. ہم تو ایمان سے خارج ہو جائیں گے. میرا عقیدہ ہے کہ اہل بیت کی شان میں گستاخی تو ایمان سے خارج کر دیتی ہے, اور ازواج مطہرات کی شان میں گستاخی ایمان سے خارج کر دیتی ہے. تو میں اس کی اس خطا پر اس کی وکالت کرنے نہیں, بلکہ اپنی برات ظاہر کرنے آیا ہوں کہ یہ اس کی غلطی ہے, اسے اس کی حد تک, اس کی ذات تک رکھا جائے. اس کو تبلیغی جماعت کا عقیدہ نہ سمجھا جائے, یا تبلیغی جماعت کی تعلیمات نہ سمجھا جائے. تبلیغ میں اللہ کا فضل ہے, کروڑوں انسان چل رہے ہیں, ہر انسان بول رہا ہے, اور اس میں بولنے والا خطا سے پاک نہیں. خطا سے پاک تو صرف انبیاء علیہ السلام کی ذات ہے کہ ما ینطق عن الہوی ان هو الا وحی یوحی. اللہ پاک کی حفاظت ہوتی ہے, ہر بول اللہ کی طرف سے آسمان سے ان کی زبان مبارک پر اتارا جاتا ہے, اور وہ اس کو ادا فرماتے ہیں. ان کے علاوہ ہر انسان سے سہون بھی ہو سکتی ہے غلطی, اور اپنے غلط عقیدے کی وجہ سے بھی وہ غلط بول سکتا ہے. تو میں اپنی طرف سے اور تبلیغی جماعت کی طرف سے یہ وضاحت کرنا چاہتا ہوں کہ ہمارا اس کی اس خطا سے کوئی تعلق نہیں. اسے توبہ کرنی چاہیے, تمام مسلمانوں کے سامنے توبہ کرنی چاہیے, اور میڈیا پر آ کر توبہ کرنی چاہیے, چونکہ اس نے کھلم کھلا ایک خطا کی ہے. تو اس کی توبہ کھلم کھلا ہی قبول ہوگی, وہ سرن قبول نہیں ہوگی. اللہ تعالیٰ مجھے آپ کو ازواج مطہرات, ائمہ اہل بیت, آل رسول کے محبت, عقیدت نصیب فرمائے, اور ان کی غلامی نصیب فرمائے. ان کی شفاعت ہی ہمارے لیے جنت کا ذریعہ ہے اور قبولیت کا ذریعہ ہے. اللہ تعالیٰ ہر مسلمان کو اس قسم کی خطا سے محفوظ فرمائے.
جھگڑا کرتے کرتے ان کے سامنے ایک صاحب بیٹھا تھا, وہ پان چبا رہا تھا. تو شمسی صاحب ان کو کہتے ہیں بھائی اجتماعی عمل ہے, آپ پان چبا رہے ہیں. تو آگے سے کہنے لگا ہم فان کیوں نہیں چبائے گا, اللہ پاک بھی قرآن میں ذکر کر رہا ہے کل من علیہ فان. جھگڑا کرتے کرتے ان کے سامنے ایک صاحب بیٹھا تھا, وہ پان چبا رہا تھا. تو شمسی صاحب ان کو کہتے ہیں بھائی اجتماعی عمل ہے, آپ پان چبا رہے ہیں. تو آگے سے کہنے لگا ہم فان کیوں نہیں چبائے گا, اللہ پاک بھی قرآن میں ذکر کر رہا ہے کل من علیہ فان.
اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم ولا يأتل أولو الفضل منكم والسعة أن يؤتوا أولي القربى والمساكين والمهاجرين في سبيل الله وليعفوا وليصفحوا ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم والله غفور رحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. آمين يا رب العالمين. In Surah An-Nur, Allah talks about a terrible, terrible controversy that took place in the time of the Prophet ﷺ, one of the most painful events in his life. And that was when the mother of the believers, Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, was accused of wrongdoing. And in the middle of that scandal, not only were certain very dubious individuals involved who tried to create that scandal among the hypocrites to demoralize the Muslims and to somehow be able to attack the integrity of the Prophet ﷺ. But also at the same time, there were people involved that weren't hypocrites, but they just got caught up in the scandal, in the heat of it all, and started saying things about our mother also. Among them were people that our beloved Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to financially support, actually related to him also. So this was family accusing his own daughter of wrongdoing. Now, first thing I want you to do is appreciate the position that Abu Bakr is in. Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu is the father of Aisha, and in a sense he considers her the mother of the believers as well, because he's now the best friend of the Prophet ﷺ, also the father-in-law of the Prophet ﷺ, and the wives of the Prophet ﷺ are all mothers of the believers, all of them all together. So he has a bond with his daughter that is of blood, but also a bond of Islam with his daughter. And the honor of the Prophet ﷺ, of course, the honor of a household lies with the women of the household. So the honor, when that's being challenged, it's the honor of the Prophet ﷺ being challenged. So our beloved Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala, who is so deeply offended by what has happened, and he's so deeply hurt by it that you and I can't imagine that pain. To put things in perspective, I'm the father of 4 daughters, and I can't imagine somebody accusing my daughter of wrongdoing. It's beyond my fathom how much pain that would cause me, and what I would do to a person like that, who would purport those kinds of words about my own child. Now, that's the position Abu Bakr is in. As this scandal happens, this is such an important event that Allah revealed several ayat about it. But I just want to share one of them with you today. Allah is talking to Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, but indirectly. And He says, "La wala ya'tali ulul fadli minkum was-sa'a." Those that possess favor and possess, sa'a means expanse, which is literally saying that Abu Bakr as-Siddiq is financially well off, he's capable, but also actually suggests, because Allah didn't mention mal directly, He's suggesting that he's a person of a big heart. He has a lot of favor to offer. He's a kind-hearted person. That they should not take an oath to stop doing something. What should they stop doing? أَنْ يُؤْتُوا أُولِي الْقُرْبَى وَالْمَسَاكِينَ وَالْمُهَاجِرِينَ فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ. That they should stop giving charity to close relatives. Abu Bakr is being told, yes, your own family accused your own daughter of wrongdoing, and as angry as you are, you should not stop giving him charity, because he used to give him regular charity. And the anger of Abu Bakr was not that I'm going to kill this guy, but his anger was, I'm going to stop giving him charity. He was not going to say a bad word to him. He wasn't going to curse him. He wasn't going to kill him. Nothing. His anger was that he'll stop giving him charity. And the ayah came and said, people that possess a big heart, they should actually consider not discontinuing their charity. Now I want you to think about who just got accused. The mother of the believers got accused of the worst kind of thing. Please note one thing here. In Islam, in the Quran especially, what Allah does, He describes the most extreme situation and gives us guidance about the most extreme situation, so that anything less than that, we know how to deal with it. Because if Allah gave us a normal circumstance and told us how to deal with that, we would be able to argue, well, this is a normal situation and we need to deal with a more extreme circumstance. But Allah actually, in many cases in the Quran, describes the most extreme circumstance and gives us guidance on how to deal with that circumstance. So anything short of that is easy to manage. It falls under its umbrella. That's what's happened here. The mother of the believers has directly been accused of wrongdoing. Her chastity has been questioned. An unthinkable thing has happened. And it's happened within the family of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. And then this ayah is coming down. And it's telling him not to stop giving charity. But the thing I wanted to highlight to you is, how is this person being described? I mean, the person that, made this accusation is at the end of the day still a Sahabi. He made a mistake. He got caught up in the controversy, but he's still a companion. How does Allah describe him in this ayah? Does Allah say, you should not stop giving charity to this criminal, or to this sinner, or to this person who made this horrible mistake? No, listen to the description. Ulil qurba, first of all, they possess closeness to you, meaning they're close relatives. Wal masakin, and they're helpless, meaning clearly this person is in need of charity, therefore you should not stop giving them your charity. Wal muhajirina fi sabilillah, and they migrated in the path of Allah. Allah is actually highlighting something amazing about this person, that he migrated from Makkah to Medina in the path of Allah. After all, it's a relative of Abu Bakr, he's from the Muhajirin, So he's come all this way, and Allah is highlighting his good. Even though the context is what he did wrong, Allah himself in the ayah highlights what is good. In other words, Allah is making Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu think about the good that this Sahabi has done. He migrated in Allah's path. Allah appreciates him. So you should overlook his mistake. He feels bad already. You should overlook his mistake and highlight what Allah appreciates about him. And then what does he say? وَلْيَعْفُوا وَلْيَصْفَحُوا. And people should lovingly pardon. And it's in the plural, وَلْيَعْفُوا. People should lovingly pardon. It's talking to Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu, but it's made plural because al-ibratu bi'umum al-lafz. The lesson learned is when you make things general. So nobody restricts this commentary to one person. Allah made it plural on purpose because this is a principle for Muslims now. They should lovingly pardon, وَلْيَصْفَحُوا, and they should turn the page altogether. أَلَا تُحِبُّونَ أَنْ يَغْفِرَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ. Why should you forgive? Why should this father forgive someone who accused his daughter? Allah asked the question, wouldn't you love that Allah would forgive you? Wallahu ghafurur rahim. And Allah is extremely forgiving, always loving and merciful. I was thinking about this ayah because recently, many of you know about the controversy surrounding our brother Junaid Jamshaid. Some things he said that didn't sit well with people, felt like they were dishonoring the mother of the believers. And actually, my comments today have nothing to do with what he said. As a matter of fact, I wanted to share this ayah with you because what was said in the context of these ayats is far worse than what anybody else could ever say after that. There's nothing worse you can come up with. And yet, how do you deal with someone who did something that bad and feels bad about it? The injunction is not my advice. This is Allah's word on people who are interested in being forgiven. Now, my contention is, there are people who are extremely angry with our brother in the name of Islam. Well, if you want to be angry at someone or have emotions in the name of Islam, at least your emotions should be dictated by the book of Allah itself. The book of Allah is telling you that this is an opportunity for you to earn Allah's forgiveness, you yourself. In forgiving someone else, you are not forgiving them, you are earning your very own forgiveness. So Abu Bakr had to put a scale in front of him, and I'll present that scale to you. On the one hand, how angry am I at this man who accused my daughter, who accused the mother of the believers? And on the other hand, how badly do I want to be forgiven? Those are the two things. And so Allah asks, whichever one weighs heavier to you, you decide. You decide. And so Abu Bakr decided, and he forgave, and he continued to give his sadaqah. Forget giving sadaqah, we've made this man's life miserable. We've destroyed his life. And this is in a Muslim society, a society that claims to be loyal to the book of Allah. I'm reminding myself and I'm reminding all of you, this book is not just stories. It's actually a way we deal with day-to-day life. And our thoughts and our emotions and our opinions are supposed to be guided by this book. Final comment. Previously in the same surah, Allah said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ جَاءُوا بِالْإِفْكِ عُصْبَةٌ مِّنْكُمْ. People who came up with that accusation are still a group that belong from within you. لَا تَحْسَبُوهُ شَرًّا لَكُمْ. Don't you think for a moment that was something bad that happened for you. بَلْ هُوَ خَيْرٌ لَكُمْ. Rather, it's a good thing for you. It's good that this accusation and this terrible thing happened. Even that is good. Why? Because this is an opportunity for you to live by Allah's guidance. Bad things will happen in life. Controversy will happen. Here's how you deal with it. I pray that our ummah comes back to the way of dealing with our problems the way Allah intended them to. And I pray that Allah Azza wa Jal brings back in us the idea of husnul dhan. Why didn't believers think, I did say that was the last thing, but there's one more thing came in my head, so I'm just going to say it. You can cut it out later. لولا جاءوا عليه. Actually, Allah says, لولا إذ سمعتموه ظن المؤمنين والمؤمنات بأنفسهم خيرا. I love this ayah. When the accusation came, how come it wasn't the case that true believing men and true believing women, when they heard it, why wasn't it the case that they had better assumptions? In other words, quickly assuming that someone is guilty, that was the wrong thing to do. How come they didn't have a better opinion? But the language is what just blows me away. He says, bi anfusihim. Allah is saying when you have a good opinion of your fellow Muslim, it is actually a good opinion you have of your own self. The Prophet ﷺ told us the believer is a mirror of himself. Al-mu'min mir'atul muslim. Al-muslimu mir'atul muslim. The Muslim is the mirror to another Muslim. Allah is saying in this ayah that you having a good opinion of the mother of the believers, you having a good opinion of the other Muslim, that maybe he didn't mean this badly, just having a good opinion, that is actually a reflection of what you think of yourself. This is not the other. This is my fellow Muslim brother. This is an extension of myself. I pray that Allah allows us to see the ummah as an extension of our own selves and gives us that genuine love that we're supposed to have for each other. Barakallahu li wa lakum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
कुरान मजीद को समझ के नहीं पढ़ते। इसीलिए कोई भी आदमी अपने आप को आलिम बोल के आपको घूमने लेके जाता है। कोई भी कुछ भी क्या फतवा दे दिया मान लिए,